welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jamie. Kidding, I'm Jamie's dad.
And this is That's Crazy Talk. My sidekick is a little different today. I didn't want to have my daughter for this because it's talking about adult issues. Because I did have weight loss surgery 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. I was almost 300 pounds, I would say. Not quite 300, but close enough to where I was getting a little scared. If something happens to me, I could have a heart attack. Because I already had high blood pressure. Obesity was not helping at all. So I just thought that I could go over some of the things if anybody had, because I do get a lot of questions about it. Because I do have pictures of when I was larger. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will be happy to answer that. Any kind of question. I wanted to talk about what started it all, how it happened. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, that's helpful. It started 3 years ago where I decided I wanted to get this surgery. Luckily for me, we had the insurance that would pay for it. It was very, very, very good insurance. They paid for pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, I think they paid for all of it.
Yeah, and none of it out of pocket. Which meant that I actually had to jump a few more hoops than if we paid for it ourselves. Like, I did have to go see a psychologist to make sure that I could handle being thin, which was silly. Who can't handle being thin? But also, I used to be thin when I was in high school. And growing up, I was...
Back in high school?
Back in high school. Back in the day. So was he. He was thin, too. But now, getting older... And I had been pregnant so many times. Starting 10 years ago, I was pregnant, God, almost two years. I had lost a child. It was devastating to us both. I was literally eating for 2 linebackers. Yeah. I wasn't eating for me and an embryo. Don't ever do that if you're thinking about having a baby. Not good. Not good. But then I gained a lot of weight. I was 40. So I couldn't lose it. I probably could have lost it, but I didn't want to put the effort. Because that would have been like a lot of effort. Because I lost quite a few lbs.
I don't know who you're trying to fool.
What did you talking about? I could have lost it. Ignore him. You're a jerk. So I decided to have the surgery. There was a couple of different surgeries that I could have had. I did a... Oh golly, I forgot what the thing was called. It cut my stomach. It's now in the shape in the size of a banana, and I can only eat, and this is 2 years later, I can still only eat about a cup of food, and if I overeat, ask him, am I gay? And it's bad. It's pretty bad. True. But it was definitely worth it, don't you think?
Yes. Definitely, you have a lot more energy. You're awake. You're moving. You're ready to go. Yeah, definitely good for you. Much healthier too. Your blood pressure's gone down. Everything. So.
Yeah, and I'm taking half the medication that I used to take.
Sure.
Another thing, I did have to go see the psychiatrist or psychologist. It was a nurse actually. She wasn't even a doctor. I just had to get her permission, basically. And I went in there and I didn't act like the crazy person that I actually am.
Truth bomb.
She said that I was good to go, no problem, get that surgery. At this point, I had actually quit drinking soda because I was going to have to anyway because there's the bubblies, what is it, carbonation in soda. It expands your stomach and would have actually stretched out my stomach, then would have rendered it useless. I have gained a little bit back, but I'm nowhere close to what I was. Like I said, I was almost 300 pounds. What else did I have to do?
You had to go see a nutritionist, and they had to study
For
your menu, everything you eat. You have to log it down, take it into the nutritionist, and then they check and see what you've been eating. And they want you to be honest there. So if you're doing that, be honest. Don't say, oh, I don't want to tell them how much I ate. Like, you have to be honest so that they can see where you're at and why you're gaining the weight you're gaining. And that's part of the whole process.
They're not going to hold it against you. You think they will, but they are not. They're very nice about it. And they can actually, if you're putting down, I had a slice of toast for breakfast. Please. No, you didn't. 3 eggs and 8 pieces of bacon. And now you're a big fat liar. So
Just make sure you log down everything you eat. They want to know your snacks, everything, even if it's healthy, not healthy, it doesn't matter. They just want you to be honest, write down what you're eating, and that way they can see that it is your eating habits that's causing you to gain weight and not some other issue like a thyroid issue or something like that. So you have to be honest if you want them to help you. That's what it comes down to.
And also make sure that you have one incredible support system. Like I had him and my parents. They were absolutely on my side. I think my dad more than anybody was really rooting for me.
Yeah. My mother had the surgery too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she was able to get some information from my mother. So that was kind of a good thing to have somebody who went through it. And a wonderful lady I work with was the one who first got us going down the path because she had this surgery, a lady named Laura that I worked with. And she had the surgery. She recommended it highly, and I talked to her about it. And Lisa talked to her about it.
We went to the same doctor too.
Yeah, we went to the same doctor. So like find a doctor that people will recommend because you're going to see them a lot. Like we had a lot of doctor's appointments too, and if you smoke, they're going to ask you to quit smoking before the surgery. They figure if you can quit smoking, then you have the willpower to not go back to the same eating habits you had, because you can expand your stomach back up with the same eating habits. So there's a lot involved in it, and the process takes a few months, but it is well worth the process. But by the time it's over, she's just much healthier, feels better. I didn't care whether she lost any weight, whatever she wanted to do. I just wanted her to be healthier, to be around for our children and for me, so that we could all be together as a family. So that was my motivation. I didn't care whether she wanted to get it, other than just trying to get healthy. That was it. And so she did a good job at that. She quit smoking because she was a smoker, so she had to quit smoking.
Cold turkey.
Yep, quit smoking,
and I don't vape.
Quit drinking sodas. Like
I lost, what was it, like 37 pounds before the surgery, because you have to lose a little bit of weight first to prove to the doctors that you are willing to lose it. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I was fat. I'm not a little thin. I'm not going to be tiny like I used to be, but I've lost quite a bit. For the appointments, when I went in, they would pull me in the back, show me horrible videos. They were rancid. He never saw any of them. But there was videos where they showed you the surgery inside. Like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to through and we're going to water in you.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Could you not show me that?
Yeah, cut all that crap out.
We can show them the picture. Afterwards, thinking back, it was good to watch at least 3 times a day for 2 days. Like it was ever so long. But I was determined to lose weight. It wasn't like, this surgery is going to save everything. I knew I had to put some work in. My dad came to the hospital. My daughter came to the hospital. The kids, unfortunately, could not come. They were just too small at the time. I wouldn't say that it was a nice time because I was in pain because they did the 5 inserts in my stomach. And then when I got home, I had to give myself shots, which was gross. But I had to do it, so I did it. The first week, the whole entire week, I could not even eat anything solid. It was broth. And when I had to eat 64 grams of protein. So I had to buy these awful, horrible protein shakes. I hated them. Remember that?
Yeah, so find a brand you like because you're going to have to eat them for a while. We tried to experiment around. And eventually, I think we found a couple that weren't too bad.
And you have to drink 84 ounces of water a day.
Right, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when your stomach's the size of a golf ball almost, and you got to keep that water down, that took a while. So you got to monitor that, get yourself a nice water bottle that you can measure with, and get that stuff ready. Start getting used to it, but just constant sips of water all day. She ended up eating a lot of ice, which was giving her the water, so that worked out too.
I love ice.
But definitely going to have to drink a lot of water, and you're going to need those protein shakes so get some that you like.
Like I liked, they had some coffee ones, which weren't too terrible. I would drink one of them in the morning. They did have a lot of protein, so I didn't have to eat a whole lot. I think I did like 3, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I didn't have to do like a snack or anything. Then the next week I was on these semi-solid foods like yogurt, pudding.
They tell you all the stuff you can eat. They give you a printout with paper, and it says pick items from this list on week 1, pick items from this list on week 2. So there's a lot of items on there. It's just kind of up to you what you like that's on there. Like yogurt was a high one. Suggests a lot of yogurt. It was high in protein and had good antibiotics or probiotics, whatever, in there. So
yeah, that wasn't too terrible. And also, you still had to drink your 84 ounces of water and eat your 64 grams of protein. Just make sure that whatever you're eating has a lot of protein. And in the yogurt that you're eating, you can actually add one of those protein shake, the powder, and add more protein to that.
Yeah, we did that a lot. Add the powder, the protein powder, to other stuff so that you can get it all at one time. Or not all of it, but get a lot of it, enough of it at one time.
And also, if you don't drink enough, you will end up at the hospital. Our doctor actually said, oh, you can come in anytime and we'll hook you up to the machines. My doctor is 45 minutes away, and I wasn't going to just let myself dehydrate. I had to drink the water or else take a 45-minute drive. So, oh, hi, baby. To the baby. She wants to be in a video.
She wants some smooches from the pooches.
He's super dog. I had a train of thought and I just went derailed. Oh, you have to eat that semi-solid food. I think it's for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was a few weeks.
Yeah, because it was 1 week of the liquids, and then the 4th week I couldn't go wholeheartedly into food. I couldn't sit there. Oh, I want a steak.
Yeah, they actually had a list then too of things to start off with. When you started going to more solid foods, like they wanted you, if you were going to have meat for your protein, to have more chicken and red meat to get started, tuna fish, things like that for your protein. And you're only eating small amounts. Like she was getting that tiny little cans of the chicken in the can, and
was
eating
it chicken
that.
or tuna?
Yeah, you got
No,
both, chicken and tuna, but the little tiny cans of chicken, and she would eat that, and that would be like all she could eat. Like she was lucky to finish that tiny little can. Looks like a Friskies cat can.
But the weight came off quick. I mean, it was like I was losing 20 pounds a week.
Yeah, she was losing weight pretty fast. Then she plateaued for a little bit, and then she lost some more, and then plateaued. So you'll drop a lot fast, and then plateau a little bit, and then lose more. But by the time you start plateauing, you'll feel better, and you can exercise, help trigger that to go back in. And she was walking around the neighborhood with one of the ladies that used to be our neighbor, doing things like that. So that'll help trigger your metabolism to kick in. So listen to what your doctors are telling you, because they're going to tell you all this stuff. We're just trying to tell you what it was like to actually go through it.
Yeah, you might think, oh, wow, they're being pretty blunt and nasty about this. No, they want you to succeed. As a matter of fact, my doctor even told me, and his name was Dr. Monash, he said that he had a 95% success rate after 5 years. So 95% of the people that he performed surgery on, who followed his diets and followed his rules at a good weight, at a steady, nice weight, 5 years later. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing out of a lot of people.
So that's why you want to make sure you pick a good doctor too, not just a cheap one, but see if they have a whole program that they put you through before the surgery, and then a support program for after the surgery, because that way you'll be successful. You don't want to go through all this and go put your body through all this and do everything and not be successful. So good luck to you. We're rooting for you.
Yes, we are. And again, if you have any questions for me, for him, because he's been through this twice, comment down below what your question is. We will go back and answer them all. Again, smash the like button, subscribe, and we hope to see you pretty soon. Mwah.
Good luck, everybody.
Bye.